in southern Arizona within 25 miles of the border. We have cried and begged for 15 years to get somebody to listen. We appreciate it, and on behalf of the family of Robert Krentz, we want to thank you for what you do. And I think it's important to note that whether we see it as amnesty or not, I'm sure the Mexican people do, and if Mexico sees it as amnesty, they will hoard the border. They're already congregating south of the border according to the Border Patrol Council. So, you know, we'll have them in droves very soon, but thank you.
Have you seen an increase in crossings recently across your area? I'm hearing numbers of 12 to 20% increase. Does that seem reasonable?
Probably, yeah.
And
Fred Davis, Peggy's husband, Arizona rancher. You've answered a lot of my questions and agree with me that the security in this bill is a joke. And it is a terrible slap in our face when we've been run over and damaged by the illegals for 20 years that they just give them amnesty. And I sure hope you can convince some other folks of that as well. Thank you for what you do.
we were turning it up, and I stand here and look at these faces. I didn't know Chris Egley, but I know his father, Bob. I've gone to that location where he was killed, and I've stood there with his father and prayed with his father in that location. And I'm not able to know all the people that are victims of this terrible policy, but when you know some, and you know the families, that drives it home in a way that when I see that picture, boy, I think of that place where he was killed, and I think about how that impacted so many people down that way. And I remember the memorial outside of the Oregon Pipe Cactus Monument to Chris.
Rob.